Hi, it's Candy Shaw with Tips and Tricks Tuesday. I want to teach you a little bit about how to paint a bang and a bob. A lot of people ask me that question online. I want to answer a few things for you. First thing I do is I take the saran perforated wrap and I make a long little, I don't know, just a long little piece like that, almost like a little hot dog. I'm going to take it under and I just lay it into my perforated wrap, like so. That helps to bring my bang up and out of the way, and then I can lower it to the level in which I need. Now, one thing I do love on bangs is I love to have contrast underneath. So I'm going to actually come in here and just paint my dark. I think my highlights always look better when they have a darker plateau to live on. Now, if I was going to paint underneath, I could paint the underneath first by a process I do called pancaking. You can check that out on YouTube. But in this case, I want to have the dark underneath. So now I'm going to just take my Bali wrap and I'm going to just place that over the bang like so. And I have that little ledge underneath to lift that up. Now I'm going to come in, take my next section, drop that down, open it up. And now I can identify exactly where to put my highlights. So I'm going to take my loader brush, load my highlight onto my loader brush, pick up the tip end, begin to paint tiny little highlights here onto the paddle, drop them over. Again, pick up the piece that I want, paint right onto the area that I like here and where the bang is actually going to open. And then again in the middle. Once I've finished that, I can lay down my paddle, my brush. I can pick up my contrasting piece and I can actually pick just with my finger and no paddle, and I can freehand the contrasting pieces around the bang in which I cut. Usually on most highlights, I pre-cut the hair prior to highlighting. And that is always important if you know that you're going to design a bang into your look. So now I drop the last and final piece over, and I make sure that I separate it as if it's going to fall through the blow dry. And I can see the peaks and the valleys of what this bang looks like. So the valley is what I'm going to paint first, which is this piece here. I'm going to lay my valley in right here because I know that I want something to divide that over the eye. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paint my dark on this side, and I can use my perforated plastic as a resource in order to paint on top of. Then I'm going to lay another little dark piece where I have this light here to make sure that I have contrast next to that. And now my bang is ready to have my last two final pieces of highlighting. I'm going to come in, again loading my product just lightly onto my brush, painting here, one piece there, one piece to mimic what's underneath in the middle so that I have a traveler of the highlight there. So what's underneath I'm following right there, and then my last and final piece will come in right here and down. And that to me is the easiest way to paint a bang, is to divide it out of your haircut, add a ridge, and paint from there. So stay tuned for more tips and tricks on Tuesday.